Welcome to another exhilarating episode of Comic Book Straight Talk, brought to you from the secret basement inside one of America's oldest comic shops, Tulsa's own The Comic Empire. Now, true believers, open up your ear holes and get ready to have your head filled with the best comic book knowledge this galaxy can handle. That's right, it's time for another nerd overload with Comic Book Straight Talk.
Welcome back to Comic Book Straight Talk. This is Dalian.
Terry,
Kenny,
and our special guest sorry, our special guest star is Garrington. All right.
Today we're going to talk about superhero bases and I guess villain bases. Also.
Yeah, mixed superhero bases, villain bases.
Alrighty.
What are some of our favorite bases are?
Batcave. End of show.
End of show. Batcave. There you go. Well, actually, there were several teams that had several caves as bases.
Hold on. Before we get started, the last episode we did about underappreciated artists, I skipped one. I had him written down and everything. I don't know how I skipped him, but Aaron Lopresti.
Aaron, yes.
The guy is awesome. So, now. What you got, Terry?
All right, well, that had something to say first. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
There's several teams have had bases. You got caves. Young Justice had a cave. Well, Monument, and the original Justice League started in a cave. That's all I was going to say. So yeah, but yes, the Batcave is end all.
Before you were so rudely interrupted.
Before I was interrupted, yes, that's okay. I wasn't rudely, but what you got, Terry?
Well, as a young kid, I was probably reading comics about that time, but the ones that stood out to me are from the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
So we have, and the great battle between the Justice League and the
Legion
of Doom. So we had the Hall of Justice, and then we had the Legion of Doom, which looked like the Darth Vader helmet.
I always thought it looked like Black Manta.
Or Black Manta. I always thought it looked like the Darth Vader helmet. But
yeah, I see that.
But how it would raise out of the swamp, or lower back into the swamp to hide, and they could never find it, even though
it's because the swamp was actually liquid lead.
Oh, was it liquid lead? But it was just, I remember those two bases and the Hall of Justice just was really cool, and they had every time they would go into the Hall of Justice, or I think it was just every scene, switch scenes, they had this music that played that was kind of really cool. And every so often they would show a different room, but it'd be like a side room. You never really got to see what's in these side rooms, but a door would open somewhere and they would come in or out of it. So those were two of my favorites as a kid.
Yeah, they were good. While you're talking about that in the Legion of Doom base, I kept thinking of Battle of the Planets, the undersea base they had for G-Force.
Yeah.
Or Gotcha Man, if you're, we'll call it what it really is. But yeah, that was a cool base too. You got me thinking of. I know you Batman base, but what?
Yeah, the Batman base is.
You got the Batcave. I don't see why we're talking about anything else.
Truly, the Batcave is the best base ever. Yes.
The Blades, the garage that Blade had that he hung out in. I just thought that was cool.
Yeah.
I thought they did a good job with it in the movies too.
Justice League's had several bases. They had the obviously in the cartoon, yes, the Hall of Justice, and they actually brought that into the comics too. They also, like I said earlier, they had the cave they started in. And then later they went to the satellite, which has been around for a while. And that even made it into the cartoon also.
Did they ever have, I know they did, not cartoons, but I know they did toys of the Hall of Justice. Mm-hmm. But did they ever did a toy of the
Watchtower?
No, the villains.
Oh, the Legion of Doom?
Legion of Doom?
I don't think so.
I'll have to look into that. That would be awesome to have a Legion of Doom.
You now want a Legion of Doom tower, don't you?
I don't know where I'd put it at, but or not the tower, whatever you call it, base.
Base, yeah.
That'd be cool. As I was talking to them, there's one funny base back in the 60s. Joker had a hideout. It was called the Ha Ha Hacienda. I think it's just a great, great name for a base. Well, at least for the Joker. But that was great. So
One that I'm surprised you didn't mention was the Baxter Building.
Yeah. That's been since pretty much issue 1. That's where their base has almost always been, was the Baxter Building. Until they lost it in the 90s. But, then they went on to a warehouse area or something. But then they went back to the Baxter Building. Which is pretty cool, yeah. The Avengers had, they had the mansion. And then they had, the Hydro base. But still, the iconic place for the Avengers is the mansion.
I've never liked Titan's Tower.
Because it's a big T and it's the beginning of your name.
I think it's just kind of a silly looking tower, I guess. I don't know. And it reminds me of what was the guy in the electric company who was able to leap the Capitol something in a single bound or something? Letterman. Wasn't he able to leap? Did he say he could leap a capital T in a single bound or something like that? I don't remember what letter it was.
I don't remember. I barely remember the electric company.
Not a big fan of the Titan Tower. It just looks like it should be falling over.
Good thing the X mansion wasn't a big X. You wouldn't like it either.
Well, it depends on how they did it, not standing up, but as, actually, cross units.
A laying down X on the ground.
Yeah. X marks the spot, like a pirate mount.
Xavier's Mansion, or Xavier's School for Gifted Youth.
Yeah.
That's a cool base. And they got the Danger Room.
Yep.
Well, not only in comic books, but also in the cartoons. Another great one that I liked as a young kid.
The Batcave?
Yes, the Batcave. The Castle Grayskull.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Castle Grayskull was cool. It looked ominous, and just... It hid secrets,
Because it was a big skull, and skulls aren't.
It was a big skull, and then they made the toy out of it, and I had that toy as a young kid. I don't know what happened to it. I think like a lot of my toys, my grandmother got rid of them.
Well, if you're going to throw Castle Grayskull, Skeletor's base was pretty cool, too. Yeah.
Skeletor's base, Snake Mountain was cool, yes. It was good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, and then, you continue on, you got Cobra Island and stuff for G.I. Joe. So they had some cool bases.
Didn't the Spirit have a base underneath his grave for a while?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that's cool.
Yeah. Who would think to look for a base under a grave? I mean,
That's
think
where
it's
I
a
put
nice
all my
idea.
bases at, under graves.
Okay.
That was random.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Green Arrow has to have a cave, the Arrow Cave. Awful. I mean, I'm glad he has a place to put his junk, but the Arrow Cave, that's awful.
Yeah. Brad Metzer did a run on Green Arrow after Kevin Smith that kind of talked about, taking stuff back to the Arrow Cave and showed the Arrow Cave and stuff. And it was pretty good. Good run.
What about the, I don't know if you consider it a hideout or whatever, but just Apocalypse as a whole.
Yeah.
The home, not necessarily the home world, but, the main city, I guess.
Apocalypse is the whole planet.
It's only half the planet, though, right? And the other half something else?
No, I think it's the whole planet. Because then the other,
the whole planet, yeah.
The other planet is the home of the New Gods.
But Apocalypse is pretty cool.
I can't think what the other planet is called. Highfather and New Genesis is the yeah.
Well, of course, we also have to have the other classic cave that's been around forever, or this Fortress of Solitude.
And you know what's funny?
The Phantom had a cave.
Everybody and their dog can find the Fortress of Solitude now.
Where's that?
Well, it's in Antarctica.
Have you found it yet?
No, I'm talking about in the
Arctic Circle.
Yeah, it's somewhere in that area.
Oh, That area,
That
either
area.
north or south.
It's now north or south of Arctic. Yeah.
It's an Arctic fortress.
But no, it's like
I
in the
believe.
comics, and it's like everyone knows where it's at, and they know right to find where to. And I'm like, what? Anyway, but yeah, said it was a good case. And what's funny, that originally, I think in the 60s and 70s, Batman had a key to get into it, but Superman like had a big key.
Yeah.
You know that pointed to where it was at. So that's how they kept finding it, probably. And he would take the key and lock and fly it and unlock it and go in.
Well, going along the lines of Superman, not really a base, but a prison. The Phantom Zone is just very cool.
It's phantomy and ghosty. Is that what it's cool?
It's cool. It's got an awesome name, and it traps them in there, and it's wicked. It's evil too,
Really?
They get trapped in there. So.
Well, and LexCorp was always rigged with traps, wasn't it?
Yep.
So there's that.
Yeah.
Jessica Jones has a pretty good base. Just that office.
I was gonna say, isn't it just an office?
But
Alias detective agency?
She has to keep replacing the door.
It's always beat up. Dr. Fate's what was that called? The Secret Sanctuary. Dr. Fate. At one point, it was located in the
Phantom Zone?
No. It's supposedly located in several different dimensions,
Right.
but it was in the light tower.
Yeah, that's where. Yeah, it is. It's still in a light tower.
Yeah, which is awesome. Always have a base in the light tower.
Didn't someone have a pyramid?
Apocalypse.
I think at one time had a pyramid.
Mumra had a pyramid, didn't he?
Mumra.
As we used to call him, Dumra, years ago. Yeah, I think he had a pyramid. So, yeah. Stark Tower, of course.
Right.
Wakanda, kind of a hidden section.
There again, people are finding Wakanda. They just don't find their way out.
Not hidden very well.
The Savage Land.
Yeah.
I like the Savage Land. Savage Land is very cool. Yeah.
That's what they need to do, is put a base in the Savage Land. Then they would never find it.
Well, then Kazar would destroy it.
Well, that's true. You talk to Kazar and Shanna.
I like, again, not necessarily a base, but the Doctor Doom runs Latveria, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Well, they have Castle Doom, don't
Yeah.
they?
Right, there is Castle Doom, yeah.
Yep.
That's true. Yep, very cool.
Well, and
Nick Fury has the helicarriers.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Awesome.
Good, yeah. And what's funny is a lot of these have transitioned really well over from comics to the movies and stuff too. I like the helicarrier from is really well done.
And the Triskelion.
Yeah, that place.
What was the home of Shazam there for a while?
The home of Shazam,
Yeah.
the Rock of Eternity.
Rock of Eternity, which I don't think
Well,
is
and the
around anymore.
That's what
the wizard Shazam, didn't he live in a cave too?
Yeah, he had the Rock of
Everybody's
Eternity.
copying Batman, man. I don't get it.
But in the TV show, his home base there for a while was they were driving
Around in a Winnebago.
in the Winnebago. There's the Oblivion Bar, the extra dimensional bar.
Home of the Shadow Pack.
Only magical, talented people get to the headquarters.
Well, and the House of Secrets and the House of Mystery.
House of Secrets, House of Mystery.
Because the
definitely.
House of Secrets was Justice League Dark's headquarters for a while.
Yep. I don't know if anyone got into the House of Secrets, did they? Or the other one, the House of Mystery, whichever one.
I just remember, like, the house was alive and was in love or something in one of
Yeah.
the stories. It was really weird.
When houses fall in love.
Maybe
Next
that's
episode.
that's where the House of Mystery came
Maybe.
in.
War World.
Mongol's place. Yeah.
Brainiac and Mongol use War World.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Say that 5 times fast. You can't even say it once.
Can't even get it going.
Man.
Out of those, which one do you think is your favorite?
Well,
Personal favorite. I mean, we all know the Batcave is the best, but
Yeah.
I would say Batcave. I'd also say the Justice League Satellite. Probably those two.
I like the Batcave. I do like Dr. Fate's, though, that it's in the tower. I think that's pretty cool.
Legion of Doom would be my second.
Legion of
favorite.
Doom as well. That's those three here. Yeah, definitely. The Goblin House.
I don't know that I've ever read
I
it.
don't think I have.
It's a chamber inside of Oscorp
Huh.
where Green Goblin would have his glider and his armor and stuff like that. So, very cool stuff. Anything else we need to see about it?
No?
No? What about you're a Power Ranger fan, right? Didn't the Power Rangers have a base?
Yeah. Wasn't it in a cave?
They did, and I think it was in a cave, but obviously I am not a Power Ranger fan.
It was like underground or in a cave or
Yeah, I
something.
think yeah.
Well, I'm a Doom Patrol fan, and they kind of had their base in Dayton Manor, sort of a kind of a.
Well, there again, because the Doom Patrol was a ripoff of the X-Men, they had a mansion. Their leader was a
But the
wheelchair
X-Men
guy.
was a rip off of the Teen Titans. So what's your point?
Well, yeah, that's true.
Doom Patrol's a ripoff of the X-Men?
Pretty sure, yeah. Yeah.
And didn't the Shadow have like some hidden part of his mansion as a base?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot of cool bases.
If I'm wrong about the Doom Patrol being a ripoff of X-Men, do let me know, because, I'm commenting about that. 'Cause I'm about 80% sure that, yeah, Doom Patrol was a ripoff of X-Men.
Well,
So, yeah.
what makes you think that?
Let's see. Mansion, their leader's in a wheelchair. The psionicist, head guy, the chief, uses his psionics and stuff. Right. Just
There's
they're
a metal
rip-off.
guy.
There's a metal guy.
There was
yeah.
a woman
Yeah.
in a mini skirt.
Yeah, see, they were a ripoff.
Well, I think they need to bring back Hacienda.
No,
I think so.
no.
Well, he's always had like
He's always got some sort of hideout.
some kind of like rundown amusement park
Mhm.
or something like that.
Yeah. Maybe he just labels them Hacienda 1. Hacienda 2.
Well, and the Penguin has the island out there now.
The
Iceberg Lounge. Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Because he's trying to go legit, but he's not quite legit enough.
Yeah.
US 1.
Man, there you go.
That was a moving fortress.
That's right. Well, look at the Mask in the cartoon and in the comic book. It was a gas station that turned into a bunker.
You're talking about
the Mobile Armored Strike Command,
Okay.
not the Mask. Not the Dark Horse Mask.
And there's, I guess, Themyscira, which is kind of a island /
Atlantis.
base. Yeah. Atlantis.
No one can find either one of those places. Well, Themyscira they can't find at all because there's a cloaking spell. I said cloaking spells. My voice cracked. Sorry.
But Namor and Aquaman both
Yeah.
have Atlantis.
Right.
That'd be kind of cool.
Then the Punisher had that van for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That was his hideout in the van. That van was probably stinking hard, Oh, the hostel, the bandit mansion for the Runaways.
Yeah.
see here. What else? What am I thinking of?
Well, you're thinking.
Go ahead, yeah.
Well, the West Coast Avengers had the mansion out there.
Yes, they did have an Avengers. There's the Avengers and the West Coast Avengers, and what did the East Coast Avengers have?
Stark Tower, the Avengers Mansion, the Hydra Base.
I was thinking of something else.
No.
Uncle Scrooge has that vault full of gold.
He
that
does.
swings
He
in.
does.
Yep.
He
That's hard to
swims
beat.
in-
It is, yeah, well, yeah. And
That's a pretty
the
great
Bugle
mansion.
Boys keep trying to break into it, and man, they broke in a couple times, but they just get thrown right back out.
Well, Richie Rich had the mansion too.
Well, yes.
Well, he had his main
He had
mansion.
his
He'd hang out
yeah,
at.
yeah, but he wasn't really a
No.
superhero though.
Richie Rich is a superhero.
Only in your dreams, sir. In your dreams, which are scary places.
I like Jugheads hanging out. Pops.
Pops.
Pops. Yeah. Is there any some movie, not just hangouts and stuff like garages and stuff like that other people would hang out in the universes?
There is a place in the Marvel universe where the bad guys hung out at, and actually the good guys would hang out there too. And they always had a truce because you'd see, and it shows up every once in a while. You'll see him because Thing used to have a poker game played there, and so you'd have heroes and villains sitting around playing poker sometimes. Pretty cool. Kind of fun
And
to see.
then Detective Chimp hangs out in a bar.
The Oblivion Bar, I think it was it.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, so did Grimjack too. You know, that Crossroads bar that anyone could show up in. So
The
Nice.
Planetary had the watchtower too. That
Yes.
was a satellite. Did the Authority?
yeah, the Authority had the ship. They had the ship that traveled in the bleed that would pop out. Stormwatch had the circling station also.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
Yeah.
of. Stormwatch, not Planetary.
Asteroid M.
Yeah?
That lasted for a while, yeah, until it came crashing down and he destroyed it.
And then the X-Men had that island for a while.
Yeah,
And
Yep.
Genosha.
No, not...
Oh no, Utopia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Utopia.
Yeah, Genosha was where they killed the mutants. That's right.
Yeah, that's not cool.
No, that's not cool.
Well, not necessarily a base, but kind of Star Labs.
Yeah. Yeah, they've made it a base kind of for the Flash and the TV show. So yeah.
And then, what was the name of the place where they built all the Sentinels?
Is it Trask Industries? Well, Trask was the one that built them.
I don't know.
But it was like Mother something or something
Mhm.
Mother.
Yeah.
Can't remember the name of it though.
There's definitely a lot of cool bases out there. So
Well, and right now the X-Men had a really good base before the one now. So they were in Limbo.
Yeah.
Limbo base, yeah.
Limbo. How do you get now? They're like smack dab in Central Park.
But I think we can all agree though.
The
Hard
Bat-
to beat the Batcave.
It is hard to beat.
It
the
is
Bat-
hard to beat the Batcave.
And what's
Yes.
funny? Well, and even there was a time that he gave up the Batcave in the 70s, 80s because he was in the penthouse.
No.
In Wayne Tower. You know?
But he went back to the Batcave.
he went back to
because
the
that's how
Batcave.
cool it is.
Yes, it is.
And Doctor Strange, of course, had his apartment building as his base.
The Sanctum.
The Sanctum Sanctorum.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be a good run against the Batcave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because on the outside it looked like a normal house. You know, until you got into it, then you could see it's all different and everything.
And it's bigger on the inside.
Yeah.
Doctor Who's.
All right. I'll throw the TARDIS is a cool base too. Yes.
It's,
I
it's
have to
bigger on
admit,
the
it's-
inside.
Carrington's got a hangout.
I do?
Twilight's library.
Oh, yeah.
What goes on in Twilight's library?
They have like a map that sends them on quests.
Cool.
Now she's got a castle, doesn't she?
Yeah, that's where her library is, isn't it?
Oh,
Is it in the
so she's
castle?
not in the town anymore?
I think it is in the town, but It's like where the castle is.
Oh, okay.
That's cool. What was the V for Vendetta? Had a base?
He had his underground base.
Underground base.
Connected to the different subways and stuff.
Sewers and stuff. Yeah.
Killer Croc. He's
Oh.
got the sewers.
Yeah.
So, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, they had a base in the sewers.
And it was awesome too.
Mhm.
Didn't they have Pac-Man and Galaga in there?
What's funny is every time they go to order a pizza, they always tell the pizza guy to deliver it to this manhole, and he's like, "There's no one around here," and he's like, "They'll slide out the money to him and just leave the pizza," and he's like, "What?" Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I kind of covered all the bases. I think I can think of.
so,
The main
yeah.
bases, at least. If there's any cool bases that you can think of, let us know.
Yeah, definitely.
Talk about them.
Captain Carrot and Zoo Crew.
Yeah.
Captain Carrot and the Zoo Crew, yeah.
Are they in the zoo universe?
I don't know. I've never read one.
All right. Well, that's what we got. So yeah, let us know about bases that you all can think of that we haven't mentioned that are cool, and
That aren't as cool as the Batcave.
Well, I know
Yeah.
there's a lot of indie bases that we didn't mention. You know,
Right.
Yeah, the
Right.
Wildcats and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
all that
Spawn.
now Spawns was a graveyard at one time for a little while. Comment on Facebook. We'll have this posted up. Leave your comments and suggestions and stuff.
Wasn't the
And-
spirits in the graveyard as well?
Yeah, we said that, remember?
Oh,
Because you
goes-
said you
goes-
had
goes-
a hideout underneath your grave.
That's right.
That goes
I
back
thought
to
you
that he
said.
doesn't
I was
listen
thinking.
to us.
For some reason, I was thinking Spectre though.
No, Spectre. Just
No, Spectre wasn't worth
Yeah.
it.
he's in the ethereal.
Yeah, he didn't need one.
No. All right. Well, this is Dalian.
Terry
Kenny.
and.
Carrington.
Thanks. Have a good one, guys.